Yeah. Be starting in a few seconds here. They've been given the go-ahead from our restreamer Feasel, so we should be getting started in the next few seconds. So, you know, Kuumba aside, I imagine they're all going to do more or less the same route. There isn't a whole lot of variance here.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're all going to start in Flash.
Right.
Then the big choice is, do you do air second or heat second? I can speak for Prisi and Tokyo. I know they'll be doing heat second. I'm not as sure with Kuumba and Kyle, but we can see when we get there.
And for those who are not quite familiar, what are the advantages to doing heat second over its air is the other one, correct?
Right. Heat's going to be a little faster because you get item 1 earlier from heat. You can use that in the first screen of air to traverse that section with the slow-moving cloud platforms that you'd have to ride otherwise.
Right.
It ends up being not that big a difference, probably a little bit less than 10 seconds. So for consistency, air second is the way to go. But if you're going for speed, then heat is it.
Okay.
Kyle avoiding the tin can there.
Nice.
Haven't seen that one from a racer yet. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
So that's going to give him a little bit more health in case he was to bonk the tin can for the Flashman fight.
Right. Flashman is pretty rote as far as boss go. There shouldn't be a whole lot of surprise here.
Yeah, in difficult mode, it's definitely a tough fight. Killing him before he flashes you takes a lot of skill.
Yeah.
So let's see how our racers do here.
Prisi was the first one in, and he got him. So did Tokyo before the flash. Kuumba taking a death with 1 hit left, no less. Ouch.
Rough. Yeah, Tokyo had a perfect fight. Prisi missed a shot, I think, but still managed to kill him before the flash. Kyle, you can see that health management paid off for him because he finished the fight with 2 health. So
yeah,
that definitely worked. Worked out in his favor.
Kuumba getting flashed, but he was below Flashman when it happens, so he gets through. We should have timers, everybody, pretty soon, I think. So, and one of the reasons why, well, one of many reasons they're playing the Japanese version is because the Japanese version is, what is it, 40 seconds faster than the US version? Yeah,
if you're playing US difficult mode, this version is going to be 42 seconds faster with text.
Okay.
So this is the way to go if you want to play the difficult version of this game.
Right. So, and kyleprecise is going air second.
Yeah, again, I think that's definitely a good choice for consistency. A lot safer to go this way, and it's not a massive time loss or anything. Right.
Kuumba going air as well. Prisi gets Tokyo both get the skip with item 3. So he's trying to set up the clip to the wall, and Tokyo gets it no problem.
Yeah. Prisi had to set it up a couple times, but he got it just shortly after.
Kyle,
and then you can see, Kyle and Kuumba waiting on the clouds here.
I think he's going to be, and Kyle, some pause buffers to get to the edge of that platform.
Yeah, among the other NES Mega Mans, that's actually unique to this game, where when you pause in midair, it resets your fall velocity, so you can actually continuously pause like that to extend the length of your jumps. So Kyle making use of that to not have to wait on the last cloud.
Kuumba using it quite well. Prisi and Tokyo both up to Heatman. Heatman is unique in that the time it takes for him to do his little surge can be, what, 30, 60, or 90 frames?
Yep, you got it. And he does it 13 times, so you're talking about a difference of 13 seconds between the absolute best and absolute worst patterns.
Looks like they're about even on the patterns. Tokyo might be getting a slightly better one, but he was also in about a half second before Prisi, but they both cleared about the same time. Kyle, meanwhile, getting Airman, another RNG-heavy boss.
Yeah, another benefit to doing air second is you get to this fight with a lot of health. Doing heat second, you're going to have to take at least a couple deboosts on the way to airman fight, and so Kyle takes care of him there.
So Kyle getting through. Kuumba getting a pretty good pattern from Airman and takes him out before we can get to the other side.
That was actually a really good fight for Kuumba. So after this next stage, we'll have both of these races synced up. The routes will converge after stage 3, and then they'll be the same, at least until, well, hopefully, hopefully throughout the robots. But there might be some slight variances towards the end of the Robot Masters as well.
Yeah, in like 5, 6, 7, there can be a little bit of difference there.
Yeah, you can put wood in a lot of different places in the order, and so a lot of that's personal preference.
Yeah,
so yeah, we'll see how they do.
Bubble is almost always 8th, correct?
Sure, but you can actually do him 7th as well.
Okay.
And some racers do that. I don't see that one as commonly. So prisi and Tokyo both get the fast air without dying. That's a pretty scary section. If you die there, you'll probably lose almost up to close to a minute, and then they both get the little bird manipulation there.
Yeah, Saturday, Mazimov had a hard time with the opening section of Airman in his first match. Didn't turn out to be decisive in the result, but I know he actually took a game over, so even the pros struggle sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a big consideration when you're choosing your route between heat and air second.
Yeah. Kuumba trying to get the clip ends up hitting the deck instead. So, try again, and this time no problem.
It gets the trigger there. And then you saw Kyle fly through this section with item 2, and Kuumba's going to be doing the same. That's another benefit of this route as far as safety goes. You don't have to do that little Yoku block section, and you pick up a 1-up on top of it.
So, Tokyo and prisi, three Robot Masters down at about 636 for Tokyo and about 640 for prisi, so not very nice. Kyle's in Heatman, and Kuumba's not far behind, so...
Yeah, you can see a little bit of difference between how Kyle is fighting versus like prisi and Tokyo.
Yeah.
Heatman does 10 contact damage, so if you're trying to stay very close to him and do those little buffer jumps, you can see Kuumba trying to do this here. It's definitely dangerous to do that because you have to time your jumps pretty well.
Right, but Kyle's out at 718. Kuumba's still working on him. Meanwhile, Tokyo and prisi entering a Clashman or Crashman in the American version.
Wow, they both get Biggie? Very nice. So setting up that first screen zip is pretty difficult. One of the more difficult tricks to learn in this game. It's a pretty advanced strat. But yeah, both runners get it perfectly.
But time well spent, that saves about, what, 30 seconds?
Over playing the stage normally, I actually couldn't even tell you. I don't think I've ever done that. But yeah, that sounds about right.
Well...
There's a second screen zip that you'll see more commonly. We'll see if Kyle or Kuumba choose to go for that. But it's to set up the first screen zip the way that prisi and Tokyo did is about 5 seconds faster, I think, than that.
So
yeah, so we're gonna see Kyle show you the second screen zip here. And he sets that up well. See, Kuumba's going for the first screen zip. Okay.
Looks like you got it.
Did you get the jump? No.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to do the backup here. He'll still be able to respawn at the checkpoint. It's just a little bit longer, probably about a 10-second loss.
Yeah,
almost.
prisi already up to Clashman.
Yeah, it's a very good climb.
And very nice. Very nice.
So prisi actually came up with that fight. This is different than how the fight used to be. You see Tokyo doing it there. He starts by firing a shot to the left, which manipulates Clashman to jump towards you. And it eliminates some of the randomness that the fight had before, where you were hoping for a specific type of jump.
Kuumba didn't get the skip, so he's gonna have to try it again, or play the.
I wasn't watching what he was doing there. Yeah,
I don't think he got what he was trying to do. I think he missed the timing on it, so I think he's gonna go for the backup that Kyle did.
Ooh, I've actually never seen that setup on the second screen zip before. Huh.
Be working. Meanwhile, Prissy and Tokyo starting Quickman.
So Kyle did a left side climb on Clash, which is another thing I don't see in races very often.
Yeah.
I think it scored him an E-Tank and an extra life.
Yeah, he's going for safety strats here.
This is a brutal, really difficult game. So definitely when you're racing it, taking some precautions can mean the difference between saving minutes later on if you take, accidental deaths.
Absolutely. There's a thin line in this game, and it's very easy to make a mistake. Any of the early Mega Mans, one mistake and runs over.
And Prisi very safely wiggles his way into the hallway there. Tokyo's going to be setting us up here. If you actually overzip on this one, you cause a soft lock. So you want to make sure you turn before the end of the screen. Tokyo with an even more pronounced wiggle there. All right. Good stage for Prisi though. He's on really good pace.
Yeah, he seems to have found a nice, comfortable rhythm. Tokyo missing a shot with the Clash Bomb on Quickman, but no problems. Kyle.
Yeah, sets up the first screen zip. And then you do a little wiggle during that zip while the last flame enemy is on screen and it turns the lights back on.
Isn't it faster to have the lights off?
It is, not by a lot. It's slightly faster. Having the lights on kind of helps you with your movement through the level. You can kind of see where you are and make ooh. I guess he knew what he was doing there. That scared me.
Yeah, it's like he's gonna have to be. Okay, he's clear. So
Yeah.
Tokyo is going to Woodman while Prissy is at Metalman.
Yeah, so slight route variation there. Again, it's personal preference here.
Yeah, they'll come back probably, I'm imagining, with Bubble Man.
Oh, and Kyle overzips.
Uh-oh.
So that's unfortunate. Yeah, he did that last one tile wiggle just a little bit too far, and unfortunately he's going to have to password back to the start of Quickman stage.
Passwords are permitted, but like no trying to give yourself 10 extra E-Tanks here.
Yeah, I know in I'm not sure if that's a thing in this game. I know in Mega Man 3 you can give yourself extra E-Tanks with passwords, but in this case, I think he probably lost the E-Tank that he would have picked up in Airman stage, so that's unfortunate. There would be one on the fall here if he's interested in picking that up. But yeah, the soft locks, that's a pretty big time loss.
Yeah, it's about, all told, probably about 90 seconds.
Alright, Tokyo executes the wood zip successfully, and it's similar to the Clash zip. He takes a death and spawns himself at the next checkpoint.
Tokyo takes care of Woodman with Airman's ability, so he's 6 down. Prissy just entered Woodman stage. So
yeah, Prissy going for these dog skulls here. This is another one we got to be careful not to overzip. Very nice. So he hits the last one exactly. That gets the frame perfect turnaround. That allows him to do an extended zip in screen 4.
I'll taking a death to the beams, so he's gonna have to go again. Of course, he's setting up the skip.
Yeah, and he's gonna just walk it here. And Prissy executes the wood zip successfully as well.
So
Prissy and Tokyo really haven't made any large mistakes. They're both on very good pace, especially for a race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they're not competing against each other, but Prissy's probably about 15-20 seconds ahead overall.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more than that, but pretty close between those two. So Kuumba looks like he overzipped on the first.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure if he knows the backup here. So he's going to take the death. That's going to respawn him at the start of the stage. Oh, it's going to game over, which is actually good because he wouldn't have been able to do the wood zip before. Since that requires a death.
Yeah. So Kyle took it safe going to Quickman, and he's using Buster strats on Quickman instead of a Crash. Down to his last hit, but he gets through.
Yeah, master of surviving with 2 health in this run.
That's 2, yeah. Yeah. Go with what works. Some thrive on playing with their backs to the wall.
Prisi on Team B trigger. So he is going to be trying to set up an item 2 zip in this next stage, or in this next screen. I think the setup he goes for requires a pixel perfect placement. See if he gets it. And he does. Very nice.
Saved a couple of seconds there, but very nicely executed. So, yeah, overall he's about half a stage ahead of Tokyo, but overall between the 4. So again, not competing against each other, but perhaps they will later in the tournament. And those of you not aware, this is a double elimination bracket round robin to start off, so everybody gets at least 2 chances here.
All right, so Tokyo gets the second screen zip as well, or sorry, the item 2 zip as well.
Prisi clears the 8 Robot Masters at 16:04.
Yeah, I think I saw like a 16:02 kill there, which that's really fast.
Give or take.
Yeah. Tokyo, be careful. Wow. 1 health left. That's all you need.
So yeah, so we got him at 16:35, so we have about a 30-second difference, but 2 very good times. We come to everybody's favorite music, Wily 1.
I'm more of a Metal Man theme guy myself, but this is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Alright, so Kuumba clears his 6th robot. He's going to be going on Metal Man. So watching Prisi here, he's going to be trying to set up the first of a couple vertical wraps. Here you're going to be placing 2 item 1s a set distance apart. And that second one kind of pushes you up, and you can just wrap through these strings vertically. Climbing is pretty slow in this game, so anything you can avoid, anything you can do to avoid climbing ladders is definitely going to be faster.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to set up the last vertical wrap here. Whew. Very nice setup.
Close, but he got it.
Yeah. That item 1 was much further to the right. That wouldn't have worked, but really good placements. And that's a solid Wily 1, as long as he kills the dragon.
Yeah, that dragon.
Oof! Double KO for Kyle. He was sick of surviving with 2 HP, so now he survives with 0. In this game, if you double KO the boss, it actually counts in your favor. And in this case, he's not on the ground, so he saved some frames from teleporting out. Like, probably 2 frames.
Yeah, but not in the refights, correct? If it's a double KO, it actually goes against you.
So if you double KO in the refights, you do die. So it's slower, but the boss does remain dead, if I remember right.
Okay.
So Tokyo struggles a couple times with that second vertical zip, so he's going to be low on item 1 going into Wily 2. And so he's going to have to collect the refill at the start of Wily 2.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your weapons and items don't refill in between stages. So mistakes that you make in the castle stages, a lot of times you have to fix it with picking up the refill that's a little slower.
Prisi also taking a damage boost.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
It's like he was going for the clip, but he was just a little too far in. Yeah,
he placed that item 1 just too high to get under the ceiling, unfortunately.
Tokyo takes care of the dragon about 1910. Meanwhile, Kuumba is on his 8th Robot Master, making pretty good time. Should be about a 21 or so by the time he's finished, provided everything goes smoothly.
So Prisi had picked up a safety 1-up in Quickman stage, I believe. So the death didn't cause a game over, which means after he died, he went and picked up the refill. which gives him a few extra item ones than he would normally have.
Kyle not going for the skips, so he's gonna play that other half of Woodman stage that many of the top speedrunners don't see very often anymore, unless they're doing zipless.
Sure. Yeah, you can see how much slower the stage is than the wood zip, even though the wood zip takes a while to execute. The rest of the stage, there's just a lot of walking and ladder climbing and such.
Yeah. Prissy on Wily 2 boss is pretty simple.
Kyle showing his zipless roots, though, able to jump over those rabbits. That's actually not that easy to do.
And he got some good energy pickups from the bird.
Right, so, yeah, so he's comfortable on health going into the Woodman fight here.
Yeah. And
Kuumba
is done at 2049. The 8 Robot Masters.
Kyle showing off his Buster strats. Kyle's a pretty accomplished Buster-only player. Not just this game, but I think he's taken a crack at all 6 of the NES games Buster-only, so showing off a little bit here.
Well, if it works. So, Prissy about to start Wily 3.
Yep.
Probably the easiest of the Wily stages overall.
Certainly, yeah. There's pits and spikes everywhere, but it's somewhere you should feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Once you put enough time into it to know, where to time your jumps. And don't get freaked out by this spike fall.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Sparkman one in Mega Man 3. In the bonus after the initial Robot Masters, like once you kind of know where everything is, it's not so bad.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
So, first, Kyle is getting started on his 8th Robot Master. Having trouble there, and
oh, he's gonna do the Buster only zip here. I think this is the first zip for this game I ever saw, where you use the pausing to extend your fall, and you get yourself wedged in the ceiling. Oh, but he didn't face left. Oh, okay, so he still triggered it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, he hit the
but hits the deck by mistake. So Tokyo starting the Wily 3 boss.
Yeah. We see Prissy going through Wily 4, which may be the best speed stage this game has. First you get this climb. Ooh, he missed the little false floor item 3 strat. But yeah, it's a very precise item 3 climb, followed by a spike fall, followed by like a intense zip and boss fight. Prissy gonna transition back down to try to set up this extended zip. He's gonna get kind of a mini one.
Kyle taking a game over.
Oof, Kuumba jumps the fireball there. That was pretty clutch. Tokyo taking his crack at this item 3 climb here. See how he does. So far, so good. So he doesn't do the false floor strat. That's something that Prissy started doing not too long ago, and some other runners have followed suit.
Those rooms in general always give me fits, just playing it casually, but it's going to go for the crash bomb strats here.
Yeah, nice zip setup there for Prissy.
Should have what he needs to give himself some extra ammunition. And good.
Yeah, that wiggle out of the wall at the top of the fight is, you have 2 frames to do that, so. Pretty precise. Same with that double on the bottom right. It's a very tight window. Very, very good fight for Prissy. Oh, I didn't see, so Tokyo took a game over in Wily 4. I didn't see where.
Neither did I. Kyle, I'm not sure what he's doing.
might have thrown in the towel on this one.
He
Once you
hasn't,
soft lock, it's tough to recover from that.
Yeah, he hasn't dot quitted or anything, so he's gonna ride this out, but wait this out, but we'll see. Meanwhile, prisi getting started on the refights.
Yeah, I'll switch to air to get the last hit on quick there. And you see the same fight there in the refights that you saw in the basic stage. Just throwing that tornado to the left.
I imagine at this stage there's a preferred route, you know, which robot master you go to in a certain sequence so you get fewer, you know, menu cycles, I guess.
Yeah, you're trying to, you know, kind of do a combination of saving time with movement through the refight room and then also with menuing, yeah.
First, he didn't get a lot of help from Airman.
And Tokyo's having a heck of a time here in Wily 4. This stage is just a nightmare, especially in a race. Like there's just there's so many things that can go wrong, and it's a very punishing stage.
Kyleprecise has actually dot quitted, so he'll give it another go in game 2. But Tokyo still has to finish, make it official.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like I said, it's unfortunate, you know, just bad luck, and you know, happens. Unfortunately, it had to happen in a race, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yep. So we see Tokyo taking a crack at this Wily 4 boss fight. It's kind of important. You're trying to get a couple of double hits with this crash bomb. That your ammo is very limited. You're saving the crash bomb, so Tokyo missed a little low there. You're saving it for the Wily machine, which we saw prisi just waste the Wily machine with a couple crash bombs, and he's on 27 pace for this race.
Yeah,
even with the death, it's really good.
Yeah, he should have it.
Yeah, Wily 6 still a pretty scary state. Huh? Switching to crash bomb, that's bold move.
Well, I think it was a menu thing more than anything.
Yeah,
but. Kuumba done with Wily 3.
Yeah, so prisi needs to just hit the gate here and then not touch the alien, and he should have his 27.
Because the alien does touch him, it does severe damage.
Yeah, that's like 20 damage for contacting the alien. You have 28 health, and you take damage boost intentionally in the fight, so you're pretty much dead if you touch him.
Right, and
nice smash in there. You got it.
So he is done. He has finished game 1 with an official SRL time of 27 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yep. There haven't been a ton of race 27s in this tournament yet. So anytime you get a 27 in a race, like that's something. Hey, nice backup for Kuumba there. Fell through the floor and used the item 3 to get back up.
So.
But to get a 27 with a death, that definitely shows what kind of contender that prisi is in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Tokyo goes through, oh boy, well, Kuumba, you know, playing on the edge there a little bit, but gets through.
I mean, that's what this game is. It's just living on the edge the entire time.
It must be said, for a guy who doesn't have a PB in this game, Kuumba's done quite well for himself.
Yeah, you can see he's definitely put some work into the strats. Like he knows what he wants to do, but not having probably done a ton of runs, there's just gonna be some sloppy execution probably. So
yeah,
but I'm really impressed with the level of strats that Kuumba's decided to go for just right out the gate in this game.
Takes care of Flash. Tokyo takes care of Flash Man, so he's on to the Wily 5 boss. He won't break 30. He won't break 30, but he should be sub 31.
Uh-oh, it's the crash bomb. So he's got to be careful not to take too much damage here. Okay, so he's going to swap to heat and avoid these shots. I think that heat charge is a little too early.
There we go.
And then and you should be able to just mash him down with Metal Blade.
Yeah.
Kuumba's having an adventure of a Wily 4 fight here. He's very low on health, and we'll see what he does. Okay, so he does use the E-Tank. He has and he nails the double, so that's perfect.
Didn't get the damage boost he was hoping for, but still takes care.
Yeah, he set up a. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like he still takes care of business.
Yeah, I think he set up the damage transfer earlier in the fight, but then I think he took another hit after that. But
yeah,
he may have just been guessing and just hoping by running into him he would die.
Well, Tokyo setting up the clip through the wall.
Tokyo doing the safety dance. That was sketchy, Tokyo. Very sketchy. So he 2-tile wiggles into the door, but he does manage to not overzip. Overzipping there means you have to take a death and do the stage over again. It's not a long stage, but it's still a pretty punishing failure.
So Kuumba on his way through the refights on Clashman right now. The Airman section of the refights, if you will. And Tokyo has got done with an official SRL time of 31 minutes and 5 seconds. Had a little trouble in the Wily stages, but overall held his own very nicely, especially in the opening half of the game.
Yeah, certainly. I would say coming out of Robots, he was on pace for a low to mid 28 or something like that. But
yeah,
Wily 4 definitely got the best of him.
Yeah, he was 31 seconds behind prisi, so yeah, he was definitely well on his way to a very good time. But
Wily 4 is going to do that to a lot of runners in this tournament. Like, just watch.
Yeah, Wily 1, Wily 4, yeah, they're gonna, if you're not ready, they will hit you over the head.
Yeah. But Tokyo does win his race with Kyle. Keep in mind, I think Kyle's PB in this game is a 31, and that's what Tokyo got in this race. So, just because there's a difference in the PBs, like this game can definitely take a few minutes from you. And had Kyle been on top of his game and had the race gone differently, like he would have definitely been a match for Tokyo in that race.
Yeah, he doesn't soft lock, who knows? But that's why this is best out of 3.
So I hope somebody highlights this run from Kuumba, because this will officially be his PB for the leaderboard.
Yep. And should be about a 35 maybe?
Depends on,
depends on
definitely should be sub 35. Now he's probably going to die.
I think he's got an energy. He uses last energy.
That's right. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. That's something you see the top runners do a lot of, but he's making good use of them. Doesn't seem to know about metal blades, but doesn't matter. He's still through.
That works. Yeah, so if he can clean up Wily 6, he'll finish with a sub 35 time here.
Eerie silence of Wily 6.
You see, interesting, going for the one item setup there. That works.
Through, and it's one of my favorite entrances from a final boss in the game with the Wily alien.
It's pretty goofy. So Kuumba's not off to a good start in this fight.
No, he's...
Come on, Kuumba, this is easier than No Constancy Alien.
Oh. Luckily, he's got plenty of bubble ammo, so he should be okay.
Yeah, he has item 1 still, too, so he can set up the zip again. So Alien does a lot of contact damage, but he also I think his bullets do like 6, which is not a small amount.
Yeah.
He crashed the door. What a guy. Alright, take 2. You do have to be careful. He can't afford to waste too many bubbles in this fight, though.
Right. Yeah. Luckily, you can really run your attacks on him. Rapid succession. It's going to be close, but he's got it.
Yeah.
So
one bubble tick left and a few health left, but that's enough.
Well, he finishes with an official SRL time of 35 minutes and 20 seconds. So that's a PB, and GG's to him for that.
Yeah, welcome to Rockman 2, Kuumba.
So, getting game 2 set up shortly. Should only be a few minutes. So, let's see. Running down their splits. Kuumba and Tokyo actually had similar splits after the 8 Robot Masters. They're both about 14.5 minutes. Kuumba just had a harder time with the second half of the last 5 Robot Masters.
Sure, yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, I think that's a really solid debut. And again, I'm pretty impressed with the level of strats that Kuumba learned in this game, and
yeah,
he definitely hit some difficult stuff in that run.
Yeah. So. I'm not sure we're going to see anything a whole lot different from prisi in game 2. I mean, Kuumba's probably going to aim to probably be a little more consistent on the second half of the Robot Masters. Kyle, of course, going to try and avoid soft locking Quickman like he did in game 1. And Tokyo, well, Wily 4 is Wily 4, so I'm not sure how much you can do about that.
Yeah. Any tournament racers out there, like, if you're not confident in your one-tile wiggles when you're stuck in the ceiling, practice that. Figure out how you can do that, because that will come back to bite you in races. Like, sooner or later, it's just a matter of time before you overzip somewhere. And there's nowhere that you can overzip that you're not going to be wishing that you hadn't. So, just a really important piece of tech to have.
Well, just about ready. I think we're just waiting on Kuumba to hit the dot ready. So.
So yeah, this is a best of 3. Prisi versus Kuumba. Prisi took game 1, so he's going to be trying to close out here. Tokyo, likewise, against kyleprecise. He is up 1-0.
And even though even if Kuumba and kyleprecise lose game 2, they will get another chance at this. They'll play each other because it's all set up as double elimination, so you keep going until you have 2 competitors with at least 2 wins and 1 loss.
Yeah, I think they're actually in different groups.
Oh, so... That's correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But, so they will go to different the loser side of the bracket with a chance to pull back out. Yeah. But yeah, it won't be against each other.
Right. That's correct. Yeah, they're in Group C for prisi and Kuumba, and Group F for Tokyo and kyleprecise. That's right. So, pull up.
In Group F, the other match has already been played. So Nero has beaten NG. So the winner will face Nero, the winner of Tokyo and Kyle. And then the loser of that match will face NG.
Okay.
which will be an elimination match. The loser of that will be going home.
Yes.
Figuratively, because they're probably already doing the match, but you know.
Well, you'd assume so. I mean, for all we know, they're playing this at a Starbucks somewhere.
Could be. Could be. No Rockman, no constancy practice before this match.
Yeah. Okay, we're just about ready to start. We got the last dot readies. So, on we go to game 2. Same as before, but louder and faster.
Yeah, I think we're going to see, the same routes. We'll probably see air second from Kuumba and Kyle, heat second from Tokyo and Prisi.
Yeah.
No drastic alterations of strats here or anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't. So. Okay, and we're off. So.
Somebody got the stage select without the stage select theme. Or at least I think they did.
I think it was. We had Kuumba's audio, so I think it was him.
Yeah. So yeah, Flashman stage. Again, there's not like a ton to do in this stage. We did see Kyle take a different route to preserve some HP. We saw Kuumba take a death in the flash fight. So,
Yeah.
those are definitely things to watch out for here. Health management throughout the stage. Kyle already a little bit on the low side.
Yeah, you got clipped by one of the stray beams. So yeah, Kyle again going with his slightly different route.
And Kuumba does get hit by the tin can, so he loses a little bit of health there.
They're all about 14 to 16 health, so they should be okay, provided they don't get boxed in the corner by Flashman, which can happen.
It's really easy to do. Like, the fight is just it's structured very specifically, and if it goes off script, it can be hard to keep Flashman off of you.
Right.
Oh, Kuumba moonwalks into the door. What swag.
Well,
So, Tokyo struggles with the fight a little bit, gets Flash. Prisi nails his fight perfectly. Kuumba is on the brink of death again, but kills him just before sliding in. And no deaths, so Prisi the only one with a flashless fight, but no deaths against Flashman this time.
no, everybody executed quite well on that one. Yeah. So now we get lots of text scrolling.
Yeah, this is where the Japanese version saves over the English version. On these item get ones that you'll see after the first 3 stages, each one is 9 seconds faster on the Japanese version of the game. That's where a lot of the text difference is made up.
Yeah. No less boring, but faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this version of the game because the bosses are more challenging, so there's a little bit more to do, and then there's less downtime in between stages. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that Rockman 2 has kind of made a resurgence this year.
It had been the American version before that.
Mega Man
Or-
2 Normal was in vogue for many years. When I started speedrunning, that was mostly what people played. I would say there's some that have always played on the Japanese version, but the US version has been probably more popular throughout, the history of this run.
Which is understandable because a lot of American runners and Japanese version not readily accessible to.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just not what people grew up with or are used to, but the tide
Right.
seems to be turning on that a little bit, partly thanks to this tournament. So
Well, that's good.
yeah, the only one that had a time in this category prior to, I think, January was Prisi. Tokyo learned this after GDQ for the tournament. I think Kyle's PBs in this game have all been recent, and obviously Kuumba just did his first official run of this game like half an hour ago. So
Well, there you go, and he's off to a good start so far in his second official match. So So prisi got to Heatman first and getting good patterns from Heatman so far. A lot of fast ones.
That's a lot of 30s to start. Whew. That's hot. That is really good. And there's a 90. 2 closing 90s, and it's still a 408 kill, which is very fast.
Yeah.
So, good start for prisi. He's probably ahead of his PB with that.
Yeah.
Tokyo about 10 seconds behind that.
Kyle and
Kuumba! Airman does 8 contact damage, so when you get trapped on the side of him there, you gotta jump over with a specific timing. Looked like he had the timing right, but he just didn't do a full jump or something, or maybe didn't hold right. I'm not sure.
I think he just mistimed it or something, so he'll have to go again. Kyle clears out Airman, no problem. And good pattern there from Airman on the third round of tornadoes. prisi about to start Airman while Kyle gets ready to head over to Heatman.
Yeah. The reason why this first screen of air is so dangerous is you see them use flash to make this section easier, and then they switch to item 1, and most people will take some damage boost through these clouds. If you happen to die, now you don't have flash or item 1, so what a lot of people will choose to do is just take an intentional game over, which, you know, obviously that takes even more time, so pretty punishing death to take. You're really hoping to not die here.
Yeah. It's like, I imagine it never stops getting nerve-wracking no matter how many times you do it.
Just because of how punishing it is, yeah. Like, even when you feel like it's consistent and it's not difficult, it's still something that it's in the back of your mind that you know you don't want to die there because it's one of the worst deaths you can take early in the game.
Right.
So Kyle's going to be setting up this item 3 from the ground.
Yeah, at least you don't get one of those situations where you are like 3/4 of the way in and then you run into like that roadblock. You know, I guess Wily 4 could be like that, but, you know.
Yeah, certainly. Kuumba nails the item 3 throw in the first screen, which is a pretty difficult strat. That's something a lot of new runners don't pick up right away, so not only going for it, but hitting it, very impressive.
prisi's got to be careful.
Be careful! Oh, man. Good job by prisi there. That's a difficult, or at least a little bit scary third pattern. When you don't have invincibility frames, when the tornado is right in between, like right in front of Airman's face, you kind of wedge yourself in there without touching either the tornado or Airman, but prisi manages it.
Tokyo, literally one hit away, but managed to pull through. And he's out at 6:45. prisi cleared Airman at 6:32. So, yeah, prisi is 8 seconds faster by my count, and Tokyo's about 9 seconds slower, but still very solid times. Kyle just about to finish up Heatman. He's out at 7:15, so about even with his previous time.
Yeah. Kuumba kind of showing... So, Kuumba missed the big zip in Heat, and you can kind of see how much of a newcomer he is in this game, because, like, some of those screens... Some of the little pillars that he went over, like when there was a Yoku block that spawns right on top of you, you can actually just do like a quick zip through the pillar. But when you're new to the game, like you have time to learn sometimes the main strats, but like learning the backups can be tough. Like, you just only have so much time.
prisi and Tokyo both execute the Clashman skip, so they're already at the halfway point.
That first screen skip is really difficult, so the fact that they're 2 for 2 on it is impressive.
Kuumba clears out Heatman at 8:01, so he's doing alright for himself.
Alright, Kyle manages to set up the second screen zip correctly. I think prisi's item 3 climb looked good.
Already on to Clashman. Tokyo, a couple of green transitions behind. That was probably about 40-45 seconds behind overall, but Prissy taking care of Clash Man. Go right behind him.
So this is 8:56 split for Prissy there. That's really fast.
Yeah.
That's certainly ahead of his PB at this point.
Yeah. So far, so good. A lot of game left, but his execution has been on point so far.
Kuumba again with that neat second screen zip, where he zips on the low wall. I think that doesn't allow you to jump up to the top. I think that's why that's not the standard strat. But if you're not going to do that jump, because a lot of people don't, like Kyle didn't, for instance, I think that's a really neat setup. I like that.
Yeah, if you can do it consistently and you're comfortable with it, especially in a race setting, go for it.
Yeah, certainly.
Take the extra life there.
Yeah, these item 2 strats, man.
Prissy having a little trouble with the clip in the wall there. Gets it on the second try.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That loses probably 5 or 6 seconds to fail that zip for the first time.
Yeah.
Which, in the scheme of the race, is not that big of a deal. That's not a lot of time to lose in a race. It is a little... it is kind of a bummer when you are on PB pace, but, what can you do?
Although I imagine that's probably not a... It kind of probably is, but probably it's more like just, get this done,
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Sometimes in a race, if you're on PB pace, that can make you a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Ooh, so Prissy gets the frame perfect trigger there, so he's actually going to be able to zip in this corridor. So that's pretty neat. When you trigger on the first frame, you don't get pushed up as far, so you actually zip lower. Normally you would be walking across the top of the boss corridor there. But yeah, Prissy managing to zip through the corridor instead.
Missed his second shot on a quick man, but managed to lure him to the wall. Took care of it.
Yeah.
And then just hit him with a barrage. Tokyo got him right out of the box and perforated him with flash bombs. So Prissy on his way to his 6th Robot Master Metal Man. I think Tokyo went Wood 6th. So there's another slight divergence. But so far so good from our runners. Everybody playing very consistently, and
I hope when Prissy PBs that quick man stage is in his compilation. he makes like road to PB compilations after someone gets a PB and puts like all the resets. This one not a reset, but yeah.
Yeah, that makes it even more special. Kyle.
Quick man stages are pretty commonly featured in those.
Yeah, Kyle's got to be really careful. This is what cost him the last time.
Yeah, he hits it. Tokyo crashes the first zip of the dog scroll, which is nice. That's the scary one. If you overzip there, that's the most punishing one to miss.
Setting up the Woodman clip.
I think I know which key Kyle uses to split in this game. Based on what he's typing in chat. It's the same one I use, so I feel a kinship with Kyle right now.
Yeah, I've got the chat up, so Prissy's out of Metal Man. Stand there and shoot quick boomerang. Simple. Kuumba. Try to keep it boxed into the wall. Missed 2 shots, but ooh. Not the cleanest, but he got through it.
Yeah, just let the explosion kill him.
Grenade strats. Would have been something if they actually made those Clash Bombs hurt you. They went off.
Yeah, that would, I don't know how I'd feel about that one.
Well.
Alright, Prissy going for these dog scrolls. Crashes the first one, very nice. Only 1 tile short on the second. And crashes the third one again, just like last race. Very good scrolls for Prissy.
Tokyo just getting started on Metal Man. So have a pretty good idea of where they stand in terms of time after clear. Looks like Prissy is probably about 20-25 seconds ahead, maybe more. Not really.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me on that one. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I'm only doing splits at certain segments of the game.
So Kuumba overzips the second dog this time, but he shows the back up there where you can actually walk back to the left. And then, is he going to zip over the dog here? He is. Okay. So Kuumba gets through.
Prisi's out at 14-13. Kuumba getting ready to do his Woodman skip. I think he's got it.
It's actually still really good pace for Prisi.
Yeah.
See how his bubble goes.
So there's about a 19-second difference between the two runners after Tokyo took out Metal Man. So both making very good time.
See if Kyle can get the little mini zip here. He's trying to flash the dogs. Not quite. So he's going to have to deal with the third one. If you get a little mini zip there, you can actually flash all three dogs. He's going to just finish him off with Metal Blade. Some people choose to go to Metal before Wood exactly for that reason, if they have to kill the third dog. But I'm also seeing people zip over the third dog when they fail to flash him too, so that's also an option.
I imagine in Zipless, there's a little less variance in that route because of what you just said. You know, you go for Metal first and save yourself some trouble. But
yeah, I think there's a pretty standard Zipless route that most people do, but I'm not as knowledgeable on that.
Alright, well, Prisi going for the clip, not quite getting it.
Yeah, last time he nailed it first try. This time it takes him to his third try, so he's going to lose a little bit of time to his PB there, but obviously still on really good pace. We'll see if Tokyo can hit it. That one's a little low. Gets it on the second try.
Mr. Cav informing that there is a ton of variation in Zipless, although Flash is still first, he points out, so good to know. Check out a few runs.
I've definitely seen quite a bit of air first in Zipless, but yeah, I don't really know what the logic behind the Zipless route is.
So Prisi takes out Bubble Man at 16:07, which is 3 seconds slower than time in match 1, but still. Tokyo is done at 16:26, so that's about 9 seconds faster than match 1.
Man, the lag of jumping, the lag of these frogs. So there's a way to do the item 2 on the first screen where you spawn less frogs. Kyle is showing off the max lag item 2 fly in the first bubble screen.
So
yeah, Prisi and Tokyo with very good 8 robots again.
Yeah, both of them sub 16:30. That's very good. And the other two, Kyle18 be done with Bubble Man soon, and Kuumba's just getting started. So Kyle's probably going to be about at 18:15, 18:30, and Kuumba should be about 19:30. So both of them doing quite well for themselves.
Yeah, Prisi struggling a little bit with his Wily 1 climb here. See if Tokyo can hit this first zip.
Mr. Cab telling us the sequence of a Zipless.
Ooh, this is an interesting. So Prisi stops himself from falling down there. That was kind of interesting. He jumped on the item ones back to the right ladder and then set it up again. Definitely faster than falling. So that was a heads-up play by Prisi there.
Kyle's done with his 8 Robot Masters at 18:05.
Tokyo manages to set up the last zip.
Got it.
Oh, what happened? I don't think he jumped correctly. I don't think he wrapped down enough. I think he probably jumped twice instead of 3 times.
Looked good at the outset. Yeah, I think you're right. Prisi trolling the dragon a little with a few boomerang shots, and now
top block for Prisi. Killing a dragon from the top block allows you to teleport out of the stage faster. But I'm still unclear on whether you can land as many hits in from the top as you can on the bottom. Most people you'll see go down to the bottom block. Like Tokyo should inch down to the bottom for the dragon fight.
Yeah.
But you'll see a couple runners go to the top.
So all four of our runners clearing the 8 robot masters in under 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think we've had a solid all-around run from each runner.
Oh dear.
Oh no, he's having trouble with his first zip again. Yeah.
Tokyo.
Those pop tops were all over him. Beautiful setup for Tokyo. So they're not racing, but Tokyo is now further ahead in Wily 2 than Prisi is.
Yeah, I think that's like the first time the whole race he's actually been first overall.
Yeah. Prisi nails the setup the second time. Kuumba does a little bit different item routing through the Wily Castle stages, using item 1 here at the start.
He's going to probably do an item 2 then at the start of Wily 2. So Kyle about ready to fight the dragon.
Looks like Kuumba's got the first vertical zip set up correctly. Oh no! So when he does the second wrap there, he accidentally grabbed the ladder too soon. You want to let yourself fall and then grab the ladder lower in the screen. So he's gonna have to. I think he has to take a death. I don't think there's any other way out of this. I'm not sure if he knows that, but
there we go.
I wonder if that's faster than killing yourself like 2 or 3 screens up. Probably not, but
yeah. Game over.
It's definitely a different way of doing it. I haven't seen anybody climb all the way down and take a death in the pit there.
Yeah, Kuumba game over, so I'll start Wily 1 again. Kyle had a good dragon fight. Had to jump over a couple of fireballs to get there, but executed very nicely. Tokyo out of Wily 2 first. Prisi about a couple cycles behind.
Yeah, that first Wily 2 zip, Prisi's nemesis today.
Yeah.
His only 2 deaths in the 2 runs actually were both to that.
Correct. Yeah. Now...
Tokyo's nemesis was Wily 4 in that first run. And he's got that after Wily 3, so we'll see if he can take some revenge.
Avenge me! Avenge me!
Kyle having a really solid run here.
Yeah, he's really settled in. His splits. He's about 2 minutes behind Prisi after the 8 robot masters, but did a solid job in Wily 1 and is on his way to clearing out Wily 2.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider their PBs are about 5 minutes apart, if he's 2 minutes behind after robots, I think you'd consider him to be on pretty good pace. I'm not sure where he's at versus his own splits, but it can't be too bad. I haven't seen a ton of mistakes from him.
No, he's been very consistent and hasn't had quite the drama that he had in his boss fights.
Oh, Kuumba! I guess that's just his strat, is jumping that last fireball. So, what's going on for Prisi? Did he go for the Wily 3 zip? I
think so. Uh-oh.
I just completely missed what happened over there.
I think he went forward and missed it.
And overzipped. That probably would have been what he had to have done.
So Tokyo is done with Wily 3 at about 22:55. Now the game over actually puts Kuumba not exactly within striking distance, but a lot closer. They're now 1 level apart.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this is a game where Wily 4, Wily 5, Wily 6 can all cause massive time losses. So, And apparently Wily 3, I wouldn't have put that in that category, but Prisi added it right now.
delayed commentator's curse for calling it easy in match 1. Sorry about that.
Nah, commentators. There's no such thing as a commentator's curse. Don't let people bully you.
Yeah.
Is he going for the Wily 3 zip again? No fear.
Yeah. Prissy gets to the Wily 3 boss. 3 jumps and he's out. About 24-12.
Oh my, that jump from Tokyo scared me. But he just barely makes it and sets up the zip correctly. Hopefully he wiggles in. Okay, he's in the fight.
Kyle,
If he
not
just
quite
get the fight, he'll have taken revenge on Wily 4 from last race.
Yeah. Kyle wasn't quite as quick about the Wily 3 boss as Prissy, but takes care of business. So he's actually only about 20 seconds behind Prissy now.
So Tokyo with a little slip up on the fight, but he does manage to keep both of his crash bombs. He hits both doubles in the fight. So good fight from him.
Kuumba's done with Wily 2, about 25 flat.
Yeah. See if he can beat his PB that he established in the last run.
Should be able to. See, yeah. He's gonna have to hoof it a little bit through the next 4, but it's doable. Getting started on the reef fights. Looks out Quick Man. Going on to the Airman segment of the reef fights. Flashman's out. The refill.
Yeah, Tokyo playing it a little safe, grabbing the health from both of the first 2 Robot Masters. Again, this can be a pretty scary stage if you take a death here. I'm not sure of Tokyo's live situation.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
Like dying to the Wily machine when you have no lives is one of the worst deaths you can take in this game.
Yeah. Airman's out. So next up is Heat Man.
Yeah, it was a good Airman fight.
Yo.
Prissy manages the Wily 4 boss fight and saves his 2 crash bombs, so he's in good shape.
Kuumba clears out Wily 3 boss at 26:31, so yeah, he's on pace to beat his PB. By how much, I'm not quite sure. Depends on how well his next 3 levels go, but yeah.
So if I saw correctly there, Kyle started his wiggle and switched to crash bomb after zipping the necessary amount, which I really like. I think I don't know. That's an interesting strat. But he hits both doubles, and Kyle's blistering. This is certainly PB pace for him.
Yeah.
Tokyo makes use of both of his crash bombs, and he's going to be heading to Wily 6.
Chrissy's about 4 or 5 Robot Masters behind in the Wily machine.
Oh yeah, no. He's played enough randomizer. He knows where the false floor is.
Kyle had a little trouble with Quick Man, but takes care of him. Blast strats.
Yeah. Kyle does have a couple of E-tanks, just in case things go south here towards the end.
Tokyo sets up. Alien comes out, and
yeah, see if he can finish this one off. This will be a really solid run for him. His PB is like 27:58 or so.
Yes.
So, can he get the kill? He does. So
He
that's
does.
like 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds off his PB. That's a really good race time.
Yeah, he finishes with an official SRL time of 28:19, so almost 3 minutes better than his first race, so very nicely done.
Yeah, it's a race PB for him by a couple minutes, so congrats to Tokyo.
GG's. Prissy gets rid of Wily Machine at about 28-35, so he could still break 30 even with the mishap.
Careful, Kyle. Nice. Okay.
He loves the drama.
He sure does, doesn't he?
Kuumba mistimed his crash bomb. He's got to be a little careful here.
Nails that one. I think that's both races that he hit the bottom double. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, I think he's gonna the. Oh, he didn't get it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have. He didn't set up. He needed to set up a damage transfer there.
Oh dear.
He only has one crash bomb, right?
Yeah, he's done.
So he's gonna try to set up a damage transfer here.
Didn't work. And wow, he's actually forfeited.
Yeah, that's a bad position to be in when you die to this boss, run out of crash bombs. Like, what do you do?
That's unfortunate, but meanwhile, Kyle gets done with the Wily Machine at 29-45.
So he's certainly on pretty big PB pace here.
Yeah.
Hopefully with those two E-tanks, he's gonna be able to close it out. Be nice to see. Prezi about to finish up if he can get the kill, and he does.
Yep.
So certainly not the race that Prezi would have wanted there. We saw both Prezi and Tokyo have one really good race and then one that was not up to their standards.
Right.
But it definitely goes to show how much variance there can be in this game. So keep in mind, Kyle's PB is like a high 3150 something, I think.
3156 according to the Mega Man site.
So if you can close this one out, this is going to be a PB of close to a minute. This is a little scary.
Be okay. Take the E-tank.
Alright, there we go.
He's fine. He's got this.
Alright.
Okay.
So that looked like a 3106. So that would be a 50-second PB?
Something like that. He finishes. He had a few minor hiccups, actually not dunning, but he finishes with an official SRL time of 31:13. So GG's to him, and little hiccups regardless. Sets a very solid PB for him. He didn't really make any outright mistakes. He executed it very well and played very consistently.
Yeah, really strong run. That's something to be proud of for sure. So we saw two PBs today from Kuumba and Kyle. We saw Prezi and Tokyo both have a good run each. But those are going to be our people advancing. Prezi and Tokyo, well, advancing on the winner's side of the bracket. All these racers will be able to continue in the tournament. Nobody's been eliminated yet.
Yeah, so Kuumba and kyleprecise both get another shot at this and get a chance to redeem themselves. And I'm not all that familiar with their opponents, but based on their play, Kyle, if he plays like he did in Game 2, I think he could make a really good run at this. And Kuumba, with a little practice in a few spots, yeah, I think he could make his next match very interesting. Yeah,
Kyle's probably going to go into his match with NG as the favorite. We'll see what happens in that one, but if he manages to win that, then he'll get another shot at advancing.
And
let's see, in Kuumba would get the loser of the Casio Handsome Jack matchup, which has yet to be played. So we'll see how that one turns out.
Yeah.
Prezi will get the winner of that one.
Well, let's take a peek at the match schedule for upcoming matches. Saturday we have a couple of matches. We have Metallic Hedgehog and Cool Kid at 9 a.m. Eastern time. At 11, I'm actually commentating on this one. Casio and Handsome Jack. That'll be interesting. Sunday, we have Streamline versus Mr. DNA at 11 Eastern. 3 p.m. Eastern Sunday, we have Charlie Boy versus Von Rufio. I think that's how I say it. Okay.
Yeah.
4:30 Eastern, it's Feral Pigman versus Princess Proto. And Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Conster 786 versus Beef Watson 85. So that's
yeah, there might even be more runs added to the schedule between now and then too. So definitely keep an eye out on Speed Gaming for what's to come. There's going to be a lot of first round matches still to be played.
Yeah, that first month of any of these tournaments, it's insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of matches to get in. So thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting. A lot of work they do to put these things on, and thanks to our racers as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta prep now for my match tomorrow. Oh boy. I got a Mario 3 rando tournament match.
Yeah, best of luck.
Yeah, I'm playing Mitch Flower Power, so yeah, I'm gonna need lots of it.
Yeah, I've heard of him. I think he's pretty good at that game.
Yeah, he's not bad. Not bad, but no, I'm looking forward to the match on Saturday. I think that's gonna be a good one.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think we have anything else. So.
No, I think that's it. So thanks to Fast CC for joining me tonight, helping out with this four-way. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it was a pleasure commentating with you, sir.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure as well. And thanks to the chat for their support. And you guys continue to watch. And now I'm going to go watch some March Madness. All right, have a good night.